Good afternoon, quilt roadies. Thank you for stopping by. Do I look tired? I am really pooped. I had a fabulous time. It's just one of those great experiences where the stars all line up and you get to be with people, and it just kind of sinks into place, I guess what you would call it. But I wanted to share with you over a couple of videos my experiences. I traveled to Minnesota. I flew to Minnesota with a couple of friends, and the first thing we did when we hit the airport is that we went to Buttermilk Basin. And so I can't even encourage you enough to put Buttermilk Basin on your bucket list. Her shop, Stacy West, who is the genius behind Buttermilk Basin, is a decorator, designer extraordinaire. The shop just, you just don't want to, you want to live there is what you want to do. You want to live there. And I'm almost speechless. I hope that I don't forget to say thank you to people along the way, but I'm kind of pooped. But just being in the shop, and then after we visited the shop, we went to my friend Karen's house for a few days, and she is such a generous spirit and so welcoming, and is extraordinary in her decorating and her ability to get her projects done, that it was very relaxing and very inspiring. And so even though there were days that literally I did not get out of my pajamas all day because I was stitching all day, my mind was going with, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And boy, so I came back from the trip, and I will share with you some some of the things that went along the way. But I know I'm kind of stumbling over my words because it was almost overwhelming in a joyful way. But when I left Buttermilk Basin, I could not, I was thinking, my mind was going 100 miles an hour about projects that I have in process and how I want to get them done. And when you're inspired by someone who really has a gift of decorating and how to put things together, you just want to come home and do it. You just want to come home and do it. And so the first thing I did when I got home was start going through all my project boxes, and I pulled out the Autumn Project by Buttermilk Basin, and I was so far into it that I am going to commit myself to getting that done this fall. And so I will next fall be able to hang it up. I'll have it quilted, and I hope that when you see, I hope I did a good job of videoing Buttermilk Basin, but let me tell you, it was really, really hard to go slow. Go slow with the camera. I just was running from one shelf to the other, and it was beautiful. What can I say? It was absolutely beautiful. And after we were, and I, I don't know where all my haul is from everything, but what I will change next time on the next trip back to Karen's is that I won't just come with a carry-on bag. We decided to take carry-on bags because we thought it'd be more efficient. This was the first time I had flown during COVID, if you would say. The last time I flew was to Road to California, which was, COVID hadn't really been identified yet. I remember when I went to Road, I was hearing about some virus in China, but it hadn't really hit, like at Road to California, there was no one wearing masks. There was nothing. There was nothing. So this is the first plane trip that I had taken since then. And I decided that I was just going to do carry-on because I did not want to jump through a lot of hoops. I didn't know what the hoops were. And so I couldn't get as much. I mean, I'd have to ship everything if I bought, because I had to be really efficient about my shopping. But I did buy this little fence, that you put Buttermilk Basin, her little mats or little signs on here that you stitch. I've wanted one of these forever. And so it's a little, clothespins. Absolutely adorable. I was really excited, and I could fit that in my carry-on. And then I got, see, I'm just like, I just thought this was adorable. It is the Ugly Sweater Mat, and I'm actually going to do this sooner than later, because I think in November I will put this together and then have it for December. I fulfilled the gnome, year of the gnome, so they're a monthly little project ornament of gnomes, because I plan on having a Buttermilk Basin tree in my sewing room with the year of the gnomes. And so if you are interested in doing that with me, be sure you contact Buttermilk Basin, because I'm going to be starting in January. And in January, we will each month stitch one ornament all the way through to December. They're just so freaking cute. Very, very cute. So that will be a stitch along, a wool stitch along starting in January. What else can I say? I can't say enough about Buttermilk Basin, and it was so incredibly, I was so surprised, because one of the gals that I actually follow on FlossTube, which is cross stitch, she also has a wool and quilt shop, online shop for wool, quilting, and cross-stitching, and I will put her link in the description box below, along with the Buttermilk Basin link, and that's Farm Girl Loves Goats. And it was so fun to meet her in person, because I've been following her for quite a while, and I got so tickled to be able to meet her. I wish I could have gotten Stacy on camera, but she was pooped and was having none of it. That girl didn't have her makeup on, so you won't see Stacy in the video, but you can know that she's just off the camera. She's just off the camera. Yeah, so that's what we did with the first quilt shop stop. There was another quilt shop stop that will be the next video, and if you're interested in cross stitch, I also did a floss tube video on stitch roadies. So that's all available to all of you. At Karen's house, we pretty much relaxed. We just relaxed, and it's a beautiful setting. Both she and her husband are so open and welcoming. that we really, I mean, she did encourage us to come to other parts of the house, but we did not want to leave her sewing room. I could have stayed there. Well, I did. What am I talking about? I did stay there all day until Karen made us get dressed and go out into the world. But she had some really, really nice crafts for us to do. And so we wouldn't just be about quilting or cross stitching. We would be about other things. And so we made these little counting pins. And then I actually painted and decoupaged this little pumpkin. Isn't he adorable? And then I learned how to make this little charm. So I think Karen's ulterior motive is a busy hands and busy mind. You can tell she has grandchildren. If you keep them busy, they won't cause trouble. So I really enjoyed it. And the fabulous, so here I am. Okay, I'm a little bit bouncing around here, but here's the 4. I have 4 of these to finish stitching for my autumn buttermilk basin. So I'm going to finish stitching those this week. And then I have just cornerstone blocks to sew, and they all go together and it'll be done. That's the thing, is I get excited, I jump head first in, and then, like anything that sees a shiny, a crow, a squirrel, a lab puppy, I see something else and I'm running over there. But now I'm bringing myself, I was so inspired by Karen's displays and home that I just had to come home and figure out how to embrace that, how to embrace each project and give it their due diligence without, running to the next one and the next one and the next one before one is done. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it my best shot. And part of it is creating an environment that is beautiful and that you want to stay in. And so I got my little bowl out. This was a gift from a friend, and it has beehives on it. And I put all the threads in it that I needed for this project. So not only am I stitching a beautiful project by Buttermilk Basin, but I have a beautiful bowl to hold the threads. What can I say? I was blessed in that I was able to visit my sister, who had recently relocated part-time to Fargo, and that isn't really far from my friend Karen's house. And so we went to visit my sister, and it had been about a year since I had seen her. And then it turned out that my 2 aunts were visiting her at the same time, so I got to see them, saw my brother-in-law, and my sister and I exchanged gifts, and she gave me a sweatshirt for the North Dakota State University Bisons, but because I couldn't fit another thing in my suitcase, I had to wear it. So I was like sweating on the plane because I had, like the abominable snowman, I was in so many layers of clothes. It was unbelievable. But besides the sweatshirt, she gave me this quilt book. Now, I had never heard of this person. I don't know, sometimes I think my head is in a hole. Stuart Hilliard. And this book is filled with beautiful quilts. Beautiful quilts. And yeah, I'm going to be making some of these because they are amazing. So I love that. And it's almost like a coffee table book. I did come home to a pile of mail, and I hope I don't forget that I put everything together, but my friend Sandy, I love this card, sent me this really sweet cup, and then there's this magnet, a honey candle, and a pin that says Queen. No, I'll put that on one of my project bags. And then she included some fish fabric for my fishbowl quilt, but I decided that I'm going to use the fabric she sent me for some other project, because I've decided to stay with predominantly blue, blue-themed ocean fabric. And my girlfriend, Becky, I've told you about her many times, that makes beautiful homemade cards. It's like another art form. I'm so amazed by it, and I love her cards, and now I have quite a variety of them. They are absolutely beautiful. And in her, she got one of the, on the stamp, she's part of the Stampin' Up team, and one of the gals made this card for me. Isn't that great? I love the little googly eyes. But here's the thing. In that package came this out of paper. I mean, it is, look at that. Now this is out of paper, and I said, should I rip this open? Should I open it? But I'm telling you, you can't smell it. But I could smell chocolate. You know, my nose can smell chocolate from 10 miles away. And so I could smell chocolate, and I said, I'm going to risk ripping this. I think I'm supposed to open this. And I was ever so careful, and sure enough, there were 3 chocolates in there. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. It's a little paper purse for you. Yeah. I also received a fun package from Jennifer. Oh, I forgot to show you this. See, I'm all disorganized now. Yeah, from Jennifer, and it was just filled with all kinds of fun things, including a half yard of this sailing fabric. But here's the thing, look at these. I'm going to put these in my different stitching projects. Needle book. You know, it's filled with, and a threader, which I absolutely love. And there were 2 needle books, one with bees. Oh my gosh. And one with campers. Jennifer, you're so sweet. And then there was these little bee. Oh, these are ceramic. Oh, and this is what I'm real excited about too. She sent me seeds from sunflowers, and they're sunflower Hopi black dye. These sunflowers, they will use the dye, and this is from her garden, and so I'm going to plant these and be able to enjoy the sunflowers and try some dyeing. This great card. And then these cards, see, look at these buttons. Oh my gosh. Ceramic buttons. I especially like that little pin at the bottom. And then these cards. Hand-stitched cards. It's almost like you just want to frame them. You just want to frame them. So, Jennifer, thank you so much. I'm very excited. Jenny, you're just so generous, and I'm really excited about these sunflower seeds. That is going to be fun to see what happens. And she gave the instructions on the planting and the needle books. So I came home with all these lovelies. And I can't thank you enough. So without further ado, please be gentle in your judgment of my videoing. But stay tuned for Buttermilk Basin. Love you guys. Take care. And look in the description box for your shopping links.
Well, here we are. Let's go inside and check it out.
Anna's here.